All right, guys, welcome back to That's So Far podcast. My name is Eric Lopez. We are now on episode 10, and I'm really excited about this episode. I know I've briefly mentioned on the podcast that I'm getting married soon, but I'm actually getting married in 38 days, which is insane. It's surreal. It's crazy. And Janet and I have been praying and planning the wedding, and God has been blessing us so much. And like the smallest details, the bigger details, we got our venues that we wanted first time. Like we asked once and we got it. We went house or apartment searching on Sunday, and we, like, one of the first couple apartments we looked at, we found the one, and it was just blessed. It was like a really cheap price. It was the cheapest price it'll ever be at, and it was just crazy. So we're just super thankful. We're like praising and thanking God right now. And yeah, so today I really wanted to talk about like my pursuit of Janet as the day is getting closer, like what happened, how I pursued her, and hopefully that can bring you guys to like maybe wisdom in how to pursue a woman. And if you're a woman of God, like what to look for when someone is pursuing you. So yeah, let's get straight into that. I met her at Bible study that she leads, and after going a few times, I started to see like she was very intentional and very dedicated to what she did. Even in the small details, she made like charcuterie boards for people to eat, and they were just done beautifully. Like just the attention to detail, and like to bigger details, like going on hikes. She would set up hiking trips for both guys and girls to go on. To fellowship, to pray together. And yeah, she was always really dedicated. And I remember like saying this in my head, like whoever this girl marries is like the most blessed man ever. I remember saying that, and I might have said that to her. I was like, I hope the man you marry is like you deserve the best, basically. I think I told her that. And yeah, we're now getting married in 38 days. So thanks be to God, I'm the most blessed man in the whole entire earth, and I really believe that because she's amazing. So a quick note for Janet, if you're listening, I love you, and I cannot express the sheer joy it is to know you and be with you. When I think of how amazing you are and how blessed I am, I can't comprehend it. So it must be shown only in worship and praise to God, literally. Like it throws me into worship, and my body and mind don't know what else to do. So yeah, anyways, back to you guys. This is the most important decision, one of the most important decisions you'll make in your life besides following God. Like that is ultimately the first. But after that is, who are you going to spend the rest of your life with? Who are you going to live with like every day? And if you're not careful, and it's very serious, we know the divorce rates are high. My job is only to point you to Christ and to point you to the fact that he wants better for you than that. And yeah, hopefully this story can help you guys out and to know what you guys should be looking for, should be doing. Our story isn't perfect, but it is really cool. So yeah. So yeah, I knew I was getting to know Janet like through these hikes and through these different activities that was going on with the young adults. I got to know kind of who she was and what kind of person she was around groups and people and leadership roles. And I was just super drawn to her because the main thing that I noticed is that she didn't need anybody. Something that I heard was that she never had a boyfriend. I'm like, what man does not see that this woman is the best woman on this entire planet? And I really believe that, like, whoever marries this girl, this woman, is going to be the most blessed man ever. So as we were getting to know each other more, I started to catch feelings for her. I started to like her. I started to, become more and more attracted to her. And yeah, like I didn't know what to do with those feelings. So what I did was prayed for 2 months, and I continued to pray and pray and pray until I couldn't really like receive an answer from God. Like it was not like a clear yes or no. I think I was going through a lot of OCD at that time, and like I didn't know what the voice of God sounded like or felt like. So like sometimes my own thoughts could be God's voice. So it was like, no, like the answer is no, or the answer is yes, go now. And it was just very wavery. Like it was wavering from one thing to another. And what I did know was that she was a godly woman. She was pursuing the Lord. She was honorable to her family. She was honorable in the job she was working in. She was a wife. She was a person of character. She was noble, and that's all I knew. And what I know now is that God gives you the choice, and He gives you wisdom to choose. He doesn't make you choose anybody. He's definitely involved in the details, as Janet and I know, but He makes you really exercise your free will with wisdom in it. And that's what I saw. It was really one of the first times that I experienced like a really faith leap, because I did not feel good enough for her, like at all. So it really took like a really big step of faith, and like with that came a lot of anxiety, and it was very uncomfortable for me to pursue, because I didn't want to take that anxiety as like it's a no from God, because like in other cases, like, oh, it came with perfect peace and this and that, when really like I battled with anxiety in terms of like knowing if this was the right thing or the wrong thing, but I knew it was the right thing with the wisdom God gave me. So yeah, I let her know over the phone, which I probably should have done better, that I liked her. And then she said she needed time to think. She was the leader of the group, so it was a little bit different. So she took some time to process. She sought counsel. She saw her parents' counsel, a friend's counsel, and they both said the same thing, like same exact thing. It was kind of like a godly thing. And she decided to want to take my offer on her first date. And so we went on our first date, and then ever since then, it's just been smooth. We've been getting to know each other a lot more. And yeah, 6 months into dating, I proposed to her in Sweden. Because like I said, like as soon as I remember, no, okay, there's a lot of story before that. I asked her to be my girlfriend at a conference. It was an upper room conference in Dallas or Fort Worth, Texas. And as soon as I asked her out, we were on the flight home, and I held her hand. And that was the first time I ever held her hand. And I knew, I was like, I don't even want to do this without being married. And at that moment, I knew, like, this is the woman I want to marry. This is pure. This is honorable to God. This is good. And it just felt like when God calls it good with Adam and Eve, like I felt the same way, like He was blessing it. And there's nothing better than knowing that God is blessing your relationship. And then after that, of course, like I went to Sweden, and then I proposed over there, which was another big faith leap, which was amazing. It was super blessed by God. It was the most beautiful day ever. And God will bless a relationship that's built on Him so much, to the point where you just like can't even comprehend all the little details. So it's worth it. It is very worth it. So yeah, that's pretty much like the pursuit part of it. There's so much more stories in between. I want to have her on the podcast coming up soon. Maybe when we're married and we're living in an apartment, we could have like a podcast episode with just her and I. And we could talk about more of the story of like me pursuing her, and her part of the story, how hard it was or how it was for her to like say yes after saying so many different no's. Like she has a big story of that's a part of this too. So yeah, that's pretty much it. It's not really too much of a podcast episode, but yeah, I hope it could help you guys see the fruitfulness of pursuing a godly relationship. So yeah, thank you guys for listening. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. And yeah, I love you, Janet, if you're listening. I love you guys too, if you guys are listening. All right, bye.